Hello everybody and welcome back to the DLB Daily.
That was good. Hello everybody and welcome back to the DLB Daily. I'm your host, DLB, and it is St. Paddy's Day. I have a terrible insert. I know Flex isn't Irish, but he's Wales, which is close enough. Everybody to the dumbbell section.
Everybody to the dumbbell section.
Anyway, today is leg day. If you enjoy this workout and you want the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, click that link below and it's also going to take you to a free ab workout. And then, if you like what you see, you come join me on the DLB Daily. DailyBailey.com. $7 a month. First 7 days for free. Let's get jacked Irish style today. All right. I'm gonna try not to throw in any more accents for you because I'm not too good at home. I can't even do it. All right, this little leprechaun has a little tricep for you. I consider this more like my warm-up. I'm not going like super heavy. So we're doing extensions, leg curls, and some squat jumps just to like kind of get everything firing. And then the rest of the workout, that's when like all the heavy stuff comes into play. Now for both the leg extension and the leg curl, now obviously if you're in a regular gym, I'm obviously in this really weird gym. We got like people packing orders over there for run everything, and like, look at my gym. Look at what happened to it. But anyway, I forget what I was talking about. Oh, all right, for the extensions and curls. Now, if you're in a regular gym and you can't set these together, don't worry about it. You can just do them separate. But normally in a gym, if the gym owners have any sense of how to lift, these are usually right next to each other. So my guess is you'll be able to do these together. So we're doing 10 reps, 10 nice, smooth, like 2 up, 2 down, not fast, you're not winging it up. And then at the end, so you'll do about anywhere between 8 to 12 reps, and then we're gonna add 10 pulsing reps at the bottom. So your regular reps are just 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, someone really tall on here. Just a wee little lad. So we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Nice, slow, and controlled. It doesn't even have to be that slow. I just don't want you like winging it up, and you don't need a whole lot of weight. So you'll do your 10 reps, and then once you get to the 10th rep, we're gonna do little pulsing reps, little like half reps to keep that tension on. So these are gonna be nice and quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're gonna do that the same on both. So on a leg curl, obviously you're curling up towards your butt here. So we'll do our nice 10 slow reps. 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10. And then once you get to the 10th one, we're gonna stay here at the top part, and we're just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10. Just adding a little more time under tension. A lot of what I do is like partial reps and pulsing reps. Obviously full range, going through the full range of any movement is good, but if you want to target, and since these are isolated movements where we're isolating our quads, we're isolating our hamstrings, we're gonna keep that constant tension on that muscle and fatigue it faster. Your body will start adapting to that, which then builds up your endurance so that you'll be able to go a little bit longer. So we're doing 4 sets. So 10 regular reps, 10 pulsing reps, 10 regular reps, 10 pulsing reps. And then we're just going into like a 30-second squat jump. Just nice and easy, squat, and then using your arms to kind of really get you up And when you land, you want to land already in a squat. You don't want to land and then squat down hard on your knees. So land with a soft knee, basically already into your squat, and you'll go right into the next one. So squat down, jump up. And again, you're jumping as high as you can. So add your arms in to get you up a little bit higher. So once you do all that, like I'm already hyperventilating, you'll be nice and warm for the rest of the workout. Leprechauns. Am I getting better?
It's not bad.
I know, I told you guys I was gonna stop my terrible accents, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep trying. So next little set, a little compound set here is to target our quads. So this is a full leg day. We're hitting quads, hamstrings, glutes, the whole 9 yards. Trap bar deads. I actually got a question in my inbox, like how valuable, like they have a home gym, they're like, how valuable is the trap bar dead? Well, honestly, if you have dumbbells, you can do the same exact thing. If you don't have a bar that looks like this, it's okay. Just grab 2 really heavy dumbbells and you're gonna hold them at your sides. I'm also elevating my heel. I get better range of motion that way. Most people have a little bit of mobility problems, especially in your ankle, Achilles kind of. So my Achilles is super tight. So by elevating your ankle, you're gonna be able to get more knee flexion. When you have better knee flexion, so that means the smaller the degree here. So I want greater knee flexion. This is not great knee flexion. So we want greater knee flexion. I kind of line it up with my toe or even slightly in front. So if it goes slightly in front, don't go crazy and think that, oh my God, I'm gonna have knee problems the rest of your life, blah. So anyway, so we're doing an elevated heel. I have these fancy little heel heel platforms by Prime. They are wonderful. If you're a gym owner, invest in them. They're great. I use them literally every single leg day, every single time, instead of putting plates underneath your heels, which are not as comfortable. So if you don't have fancy plates, you are heel platforms, use just little like 5-10 pound plates, place them under your heels so that you can get better knee flexion. So with this, I'm doing more of a narrow stance, maybe shoulder width to slightly inside shoulder. Heels are gonna be a little bit more together. Toes will be slightly pointed out ever so much. You're going as deep as possibly. Like again, greater knee flexion, more development in your quads. If you want even more depth, use quarters instead of 45s. So we're gonna grab our handles from here, chest up the whole time, come down slow, and I'm not bouncing off the ground. I generally stop to like a dead stop instead of that. So dead stop, up, dead stop, up. Then we're gonna go right from here. I'm gonna stay on my platform. You don't have to. I'm gonna keep my heels again. This is where we're going, like, I want the back of your hamstrings to hit your calves. So this, you can either do 30-second time like we did the pulsing reps, because these are also going to be pulsing reps. So grabbing your kettlebell in a goblet or dumbbell, and we're coming all the way down, literally touching hamstring. I know I should just move this out of the way. Oh! Literally touching hamstring to calf. And then we're coming up part of the way and then back down. So just little pulses right here. So holding up here, all the way down, and then we're staying in that down position. To really fire up those quads here. If you're doing rep-wise, we're gonna stick around like a 15 to 20 reps or 30 seconds, as many reps as you can. I'm out of breath.
Machine Leprechaun in the equipment graveyard. I love power squats.
Guys, I'm just letting you know we have to hurry up because we're in Lucky's territory. Lucky the Equipmicon, and he doesn't like me using his shit all the time, so we gotta hurry up. Anyway, we're on to my favorite set. If you've been following me at DLBDAILY, you've been probably seeing this a lot. This is one of my favorite machines of all time. I love a good V squat, power squat, whatever you want to call it, squat, hack squat. It's all the things. Arsenal makes such a good equipment because we're going to be using it the reverse way. So if you have just like a regular hack squat where it just has like the straight, you can still do all of this. It's just not as comfortable because like your face is kind of like in here and we're going to be backed away. That's why I love these so much. So we're combining a reverse hack squat. So we're going to be facing away, really letting my butt like trail back. The focus is like really letting my butt trail back and then pushing up at an angle so that you're pushing more with your glutes and hamstrings, which I know we're kind of crammed in here right now, so hopefully you'll be able to see it. And then we're gonna go right into a reverse good morning, which has also been my favorite thing to do on here. It's just so good, the combination of both of these. So we're actually starting with the squat because believe it or not, you could probably do more weight with the good mornings because it's a smaller rep range. You're not squatting all the way down. So this way, we're gonna squat first and then you don't even have to get up. Now, if a good morning is a newer exercise to you, you might wanna take a little bit of the weight off and then keep going. But for me, I can actually good morning a lot more than I can reverse squat. It doesn't feel like you should because it's more of an isolated movement, but it's a smaller movement. So we're going 12, 10, 8, 8 again with the reverse hack squat, and then anywhere between 8 and 10 or 8 and 12 for the good mornings. If you can do more, I always suggest do more. Don't just stop just because you hit the reps. If it says 8 to 10 and you know what, like, okay, with this weight, I could probably do 12 to 15, then do them. Don't ever just stop just because you hit the rep scheme. You just keep going. So with the power, we'll do the reverse squat first. So feet are gonna be generally, I put them pretty much all the way back. Even my heels are a little bit off. Shoulder width stance. And then toes always kind of always slightly pointed out. I very rarely keep my feet straight. They're always just slightly flared out. So the first part of the movement is gonna come from your hips. So normally on a squat, like if I wanted to target my quads, my feet would be a little bit further in, and the first part of the movement would be bending your knees. So the first part of our movement is actually gonna come from our hips because I want your hips to go back. So we're gonna go back and then squat down and then up. And then if you bring your hips forward, which is good, you can squeeze the hips at the top, but then remember that the first part of the movement is back at the hips again. We're gonna keep it slowed down, so hips and then into a squat. And then see how I'm like pushing this way instead of like pushing up? You generally can't push straight up because your feet are behind you. So That means when our feet are behind us, we're gonna be using the posterior part of our leg to be pushing. So we're driving this way instead of driving up. Couple more, hips, butt. Now, you can also keep it where your butt stays in that back portion so that if you don't want to drive those hips forward every time, you can stay with your butt kind of drawn back and then stay in that squat. So start with the hips, and then when you come up, you keep them kind of back there. All right, caught my breath. Now we're gonna move on to good mornings. Also could be considered like an RDL depending on how your form, but generally I see this more like a good morning because we're gonna be keeping our legs pretty still. Knees are gonna be slightly bent, and you're just bending forward at your waist and then back up. So really squeezing your butt, driving those hips forward every single time. So again, we're gonna be facing this in a reverse. Feet are gonna go pretty much all the way to the back. Generally, your feet are gonna be exactly how they were with your squat. Feet out, slightly pointed out. And then you wanna try to keep your back as flat as possible. So, however, and I think the biggest thing here is like your head. People want to like look forward, and your head should generally follow, and this goes with like your squats and everything. Your head should always follow your back. So if your back's going down, you want to keep that neutral spine position of your cervical vertebrae here. So if I'm going down, I'm not going to look up. Keep that neutral spine position. You're not looking down, you're not looking up. You're just following the pathway of the movement. And I think that's the biggest thing here, to keep that back in that nice neutral position. So here we go. Kick that off, feet to the back. I'm just holding wherever you feel like holding, and then try to keep that neck nice and neutral. It's gonna start at the hips. So knees are slightly bent, starts at the hips, and then you're going down until you feel a good stretch. For some of you, that might just be here and up, and that's totally okay. I know girls are generally more flexible than guys, so girls are better. No, we generally can just stretch a lot more. So my movement might look a lot more than yours, depending on how flexible your hamstrings are. So go down until you feel a good stretch, keep that neutral spine, and then squeeze your butt. And this is where the ugly butt comes back in. Remember, ugly butts make good butts. So hips forward, squeeze your butt. All the way down. So I'm not bending my knees. This is all coming from your hips and butt. Good. So 4 sets here. Your squats, 12, 10, 8, 8. And then your good mornings, anywhere from like, again, 8 to 10, 8 to 12 rep range. So sweaty, and we're ready to rock and roll. This is the last superset. We got some unilateral work and we got some sumo work, all with a landmine. So literally you just need a barbell on the ground. Can you do this with dumbbells? Yes. I actually I don't know why I like this motion a little bit more, because again, you're most pushing at an angle instead of like if you had a dumbbell goblet, it's more up and down. There's a slight angle to it because your feet have to kind of go backwards or go behind you a little bit more instead of right under you with like a dumbbell. So we're doing dumbbell reverse lunges. We're going 10 to 12 on each leg, and then we're gonna go right into a sumo. You can either do this like a sumo dead way, where you're holding. If you do it that way, I'd probably use like quarters and like stack a couple quarters instead of like a 45 or something, just for a little added depth. But we're gonna go back to that like partial movement again. So partial movement, half rep to like 3/4 rep. You're just not gonna come all the way to the top. So a little bit more than the pulsing we did with the kettlebell. So it's like a 3/4 rep. So reverse lunge, we're going in a goblet stance. So hands are up and starting on one leg. If you want to add, so I almost like adding a little bit of like a knee to chest just for a little balance, and then you're just stepping back, stepping up. I just like it for the stability purpose. And I like reverse lunges a little bit more than like forward walking lunges, because with a forward walking lunge, you have all this momentum coming down and forward onto your knee versus just coming straight down. So if you have any kind of knee issues, knee pain, reverse lunge is always better than a forward moving lunge. So we're gonna go 10 to 12 each leg, and then we're gonna go right into, I'm gonna stick to the sumo so that I can kind of go right into it. So I'll move my feet farther, so outside your shoulder width, toes out in a sumo stance. And this, we're gonna go all the way down, and then we're gonna come up. So here would be like at the top, so we're just gonna go under that. So like half rep to 3/4 rep, and then pulsing, 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 pulsing. 15 to 20 reps, or you could do as many reps as you can in 30 seconds. So what that looks like up here. So again, because the weight's out here in front of you, you're gonna get a little bit better ham and glute because your feet are kind of behind you instead of right under you. So coming down and then up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going all the way up 15 to 20. 4 sets, and then we're done. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining my workout today, my friends. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, subscribe so you never miss another amazing, obviously amazing video from me. We had Lucky here today with us, so maybe Lucky will appear again. And also, if you enjoyed this workout, go check out that free ab workout. The link is below. Go click it, go check that out, and then we'll see you on the DLB Daily. Every day I'm going to give you a workout. So we'll see you there. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, we'll see you on DLBDAILY.com.